Hey, are you looking for an easy way to store multiple values in a single variable? Well, then look no further than the amazing power of Python list. Yes, in this video, we're going to talk about the Python list. A list is an incredibly powerful data structure that can be used to store a sequence of values and even manipulate them in various ways. With list, you can create, you can order, you can change, or you can extract any number of values, both for numeric and string cases. And the best part is that creating a list is as simple as using two double brackets. The advantage of Python list offer many benefits compared to other data structure that we're going to learn like tuple, set, or dictionaries. For example, they are mutable, meaning they can be modified after creations. This makes them invaluable while dealing with large-scale projects where changes needs to be made quickly and easily. Another major advantage is that lists are ordered. It means you can order your dataset in such a way you want to have it. So when it comes to order, you can bait on the list. Python lists are extremely versatile and can contain different types of data like strings, integer, floats, or boolean. All you can have within the same list structure. Okay, let us discuss that here in the Jupyter notebook. So let's create a variable called A1, which contains some character like Bangladesh, USA, Australia, England. So all should be mentioned within an open and closed third bracket. Not second bracket, by the way. I think by mistakenly I have said second bracket initially. And then we can create another variable called A2, which should be assigned like here, given again in third brackets. And inside you can contain or you can have some numbers like 1990, 1995, 2000, 2005, or 2010. So then I am rounding that. So that's we can call the Python list. Okay, and then again, let's create another variable A3, which have both numeric and character at the same times. So that's one of the beauty of list data structure. So for example, here we have the 1, 2, 3 as a numeric and character like Arman and Raju, with two, which is two of my one of the best friends' name. Okay, then if I want to check the type, we already learned the type functions. So if I use the type and inside first bracket, if I call the variable A1 or A2, it both says list. Okay, then again, I can even use the print functions to see the type again. Now it says the class is list. After that, let's discuss how can you extract some items from the list. It's like the indexing what we have discussed earlier as well. So let's say I want to have the first word from the A1, which is Bangladesh. Okay, and to extract this element, you need to use the variable name at first, then third bracket. Inside the third bracket, you need to mention which word you want to have. Okay, so for example, to have the first word, you need to say 0 because we have discussed that Python always starts counting from 0. So yeah, you can see if I run this here, I got the result as Bangladesh. Then again, let's do a little bit creative ways. So let's say I want to select from the second variable third value to all other values until the last value. Okay, so I want to have third value, which is 2000, then 2005, then 2010. I want to have all these three values. So for that, at first you need to mention the variable name, which is A2. Then I can use the initial number I want, which is in the third element, right? So 2000 in the third element. So I need to mention 2. So the starting value is 2. Now I can use the colon to define it like a range. So I can set 2 up to 5. Or I can simply write 2 colon and then no digits. So if I don't write any digit here, it will automatically understand that I want to have all the elements until the last element. Okay. Similarly, here, if I write A2 third bracket colon 3, so here I didn't assign the initial values or the element I want to have. It means I want to have from the first value of the A2 variable. The first value is 1990 and the last value is given as 3, which is 2000. One important note here while defining the last value, Python understood that Python don't count it by exceeding one element. Okay, now let's see how can we replace the list items. So for example, let's say I want to replace the second value of the A2 variable. So I can call A2 third bracket and 1. 1 means the second element of the variable A2. And let's say I want to write equal to 1890. That means the second value will be replaced by 1890. As you can see here, now the second value looks like 1890. However, previously it was 1995. Similarly, if I want to have like the fourth value as 1790, now I can write A2 third is equal to 1790. Now you can see the third or the fourth value has been replaced with 1790. And then again, if I want to, let's say I want to define like a range. So for example, let's say I want to replace the second value up to the fourth value. So it's like a range like 1 up to 4, which means they will understand it as 2 up to 4. So second element, third element, and fourth element will be replaced by 2, 3, and 4. So you can see now if I run this, you can see now the A2 looks like replacing by these 3 new values. That's how you can replace or extract items in the list. Okay, now let's discuss some built-in functions and methods are available in list. So that's all the functions you can call. For example, you can use the len. With this, you can use it to find the length of a list. You can find the maximum by using max. You can find the minimum by using min. You can sort the element by using sort. You can add element in a list at the end by using append. And then you can clear it by deleting element from a list. You can use the remove function to remove unit with a specified value. You can copy element. You can count how many values you have in the list, or you can add element in a specific position by using the insert functions. Guys, I'm not going to show all the functions here. I'm going to show some functions for you, but it's quite easy to use and you can try it out by yourself as well for your practice. So let me show you how can you select, or you can have the length, minimum, and maximum here. So let's create 2 lists. You can see list 1 have like values like 5, 45. List 2 has values like 34, 45, something like that. Then if I simply call the len functions, and inside that if I use the list 1 name, and it says that list 1 has 5 elements, that means the length is 5. Similarly, if I want to have the minimum value, I can use the min functions, which says 5. And similarly, I can have the maximum value as well, which says 67 in the list 2. Okay, let's do that for the list 2. Okay, so that's all about the length, minimum, and maximum. Then again, let's see how can you use the append functions here. So what append does, it add element at the end. That's the important thing. Okay. So let's create a list 1 which has 3 characters like statistics, mathematics, and English. And then let's say I want to call the append with the variable name list1.append, and let's define a new character. So to use append, it is important to call the list name, okay? And append inside the first bracket, let's say I want to use science. So now if I run this, you can see with my list 1 at the end, one character has been added called science. That's so easy to use, isn't it? Then let's see how can you use the insert, which add element at a specific position. That means the beauty is that you can mention at which position you want to have the new element. So for example, let's say I'm having the list 1 again, and here let's use list1 dot insert, and inside the insert functions, you can mention the positions, such as, let's say I want to have in the second position. So for the second position, I need to mention 1, then comma, you need to mention what you have in the second position. Let's say I want to have the biology. So now if I run this here, you can see I have the biology in the second position of the list 1. Again, it's so easy and powerful to use, isn't it? So here we have some other functions as well, which I want you to practice by yourself, such as I mentioned, like count, copy, remove, clear, all the stuff. So that's a little bit ideas about the list data type. We'll see that this function or many functions can also work from some other data structure as well, like tuple, set, and dictionary, and those are pretty useful as well. Although the list is the widely used data structure till now. So yeah, thank you very much. If you like my video, make sure you don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. See you in the next video. Thank you very much.